Eric McKessick, this towering gentleman, was district manager of the Social Security Administration office, and he was in the back room looking over electronic equipment he was going to donate to charity. Suddenly there was this huge explosion. Boom! The whole building shook, and debris started falling down. It went totally black, total blackout. The ceiling sprinklers started spraying water everywhere. He got up and he could see a light that would lead him out of the building of his devastated offices. And as he walked through, he saw his favorite colleague prone on a desk, mutilated, deceased. At that same moment, I was in my office in downtown Denver, 15th floor, and I was the advertising manager for Total Petroleum. Total at that time was the largest corporate citizen in Denver with headquarters in Denver. About a $4 billion company. They owned and operated 2,300 gasoline stations and convenience stores through 11 states, primarily in major cities like Detroit, Kansas City, Wichita. My job was, as advertising manager, to promote it. And I came up with this idea called Total Thursdays. Very simple in concept. If you would fill up your car on a Thursday at Total Petroleum, 2 cents from every gallon would be donated to a cause. So in Wichita, for example, it was for Special Olympics and junior achievement. In Oklahoma City, it was for a cause called For Oklahoma, Focus on Recycling Oklahoma, which was designed to help kids understand environmental education. We were in our 6th week of promoting this in Oklahoma City. I got a call from the supervisor of the advertising agency saying, "Brent, there's been a disastrous explosion in Oklahoma City." I said, "What kind of devastation? Are people injured?" People have to be injured, but we don't know what the circumstances are right now. This much I can say is the building has been completely destroyed. Are there fatalities? We don't know for sure, but there has to be. So he said, "I have a new idea. We have already reserved studio time at the radio station. We're going to cut new spots, and the ads will be on radio featuring these wonderful children who were being used anyway." Now, our primary method of getting this idea across was billboard advertising, but more importantly, radio advertising. If you were in Oklahoma City at that time, you could not listen to radio station for more than 10 minutes and not hear one of these commercials. Cute children talking about how we are benefiting them. Well, that was a problem. He said, "You need to decide immediately." So I walked a few doors over to my boss and I said, "Here's our situation, what do you think?" He said, "I don't really know, it's kind of your decision, but I'll run it upstairs." So he ran it up to the senior vice president of marketing and then the president of the company. And they all came back with exactly the same message. "We don't know quite what to do, but it's your decision." Now, when you hear people say it's your decision, parenthetically, they're also saying, "And you better not screw it up." He was pushing, saying, "We got to do this, we got to do this. It's a huge opportunity. We'll let everybody know what a great company we are by repurposing the advertising." My limbic system was on fire. I went into flight, fight, and freeze mode. But I knew I had to decide, and I said, "Steve, I want all the ads off the air in the next 15 minutes. Not a single ad. We will pay for the time, but the time will be donated to nonprofits for any purpose that Oklahoma needs in this situation." But he said, but I said, "There is no argument. Take them off the air. I'm writing a fax right now to every radio station in Oklahoma City." Well, there's a postscript to this story. A generator and chainsaw company donated all their equipment to help with this recovery from the disaster. And then they started advertising how magnanimous they were, how wonderful they were for helping out the community. They were castigated by the media as being a self-serving company only out for its own interests. They also got a lot of criticism through all of the electronic media as well. So what I ended up doing was talking to the district manager of the stores in Oklahoma City, and said, we will give water, batteries, food, whatever rescue people need, they can come into our stores and get it for free. This story got to the Denver Post, and the Denver Post was looking for a local Denver angle on Oklahoma City. And they talked about this story, about how we reacted. That was read by the executive director of the Colorado Sheriff's Association, and I was invited to be a keynote speaker for 400 or 500 protective services people in Colorado, including all the sheriffs. That was the most important keynote speech I ever had an opportunity to give. And I essentially told the story that I'm sharing with you today. On April the 19th, 1995, Timothy McVeigh blew up the Murrah Federal Building in Oklahoma City, killing 168 people. 19 precious children died. 680 were injured.